Greetings, Boogie fans! Michael here, and today I am thrilled to welcome you to the very first ever battles for MandJTV's Metronome League, also known as the MML. Normally, these battle videos will start off with a recap of the previous week's battles, but this is the first ever one. There is no previous week. Two quick reminders before we dive into the battles. The first is to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more MML battles. And the second is that merch for all of the competing MML teams is still available, but only for a limited time. You can pick one up and support your favorite team using the link in the description below. But now to find out which of your teams will be claiming victory in their first ever battles, and which ones will be going home with losses. Let's dive into week 1 of MandJTV's Metronome League. Welcome everyone to the very first battle of the MML, the Bolt Strikers versus the Intimidation. Here we see one of our referees, Michael, sending out the Intimidation starters, Alakazam and Hitmonlee. Our other referee, also Michael, sends out Mr. Mime and Slurpuff for the Bolt Strikers. This is a thrilling matchup today. The Bolt Strikers and Intimidation seem to be two of the more popular teams at the very beginning of this league. Alakazam leads off with a Crab Hammer, but isn't able to land it. Mr. Mime has the next move, getting Gyro Ball, but shouldn't be very powerful due to Mr. Mime's speed. Does a good chunk of damage due to Alakazam's lower defense. Next is Hitmonlee's move, and a Future Sight. I anticipate that Mr. Mime will not be switching since Hitmonlee does not have good special attack and it will resist the hit. Next is Slurpuff, who gets Assurance. Who is Assurance gonna land on? It lands on Alakazam! That's double damage because it already took damage and Alakazam is already down! Oh, what a devastating start for the Intimidation! What an incredible team effort by Mr. Mime and Slurpuff. In comes Thanatos, the ace of the Intimidation, very, very bulky Pokemon. Let's see how Mr. Mime and Slurpuff will stack up against it. Tinker the Mr. Mime moves first now that Alakazam is off the field. It gets Fissure. Will it hit it? It lands a Fissure! Oh my god! 2 turns! 2 Pokemon down on the side of the Intimidation! My gosh! Tinker and Rush are decimating the opposing side. Wow, the Intimidation are in an incredibly tough spot already. But this might be big damage. Oh no, it hits Slurpuff, who resists the hit. It would have been neutral on Mr. Mime. Wow, all that is left for the Intimidation is Poliwrath. You can see this is Chopper, the Poliwrath. Siblings with Hopper the Politoed, a member of the Mist Mavens. Tinker once again moves, still the fastest Pokemon on the field, landing a Water Spout, not able to do any damage on Poliwrath, but it should still do a good chunk of damage on to Dusknoir, and it does. Looks like about a third of its total. Tinker, not having taken any previous damage, made that do more. Stockpile, all right. Rush will be boosting its defenses just a bit. No big damage right here. Chopper's move is next. Let's see what it does. Gear Up, which fails. I am not 100% positive, but I believe Gear Up only works if used by a member of the Kling Klang line. I could be incorrect. A Psychic coming in, which Rush takes very well. Dusknoir's special attack is not great. Oh, there's the Future Sight, and as I anticipated, it did not do very much to the Psychic type Mr. Mime. Sleep Powder coming in from Mr. Mime, and it lands it! Dusknoir will not be moving for the next few turns. Let's see how long that sleep lasts. It's not like Rest. Rest is a reliable 2 turns. Sleep Powder varies. Gunk Shot, physical poison move, but both enemy Pokemon do resist it. I take that back, I'm wrong. Dusknoir resists poison. Fighting does not resist poison, my apologies. Ooh, this is gonna be some big damage. A stab physical water move. And Rush takes it quite well due to the previous defense boost from Stockpile. I think that might have saved it from fainting at that point in time. Horn Leech. Not great physical attack on Mr. Mime, but it's a bit of healing. Has it even taken any damage though? Oh, that was a critical hit. All right, so Mr. Mime is back up to, oh, not quite full. Rush the Slurpuff moves once again. Shadow Sneak, ooh, will it land on Dusk Noir? Yes, it will, super effective. Oh, and Dusk Noir holds on. It is inches from going down though. If Dusk Noir wants to continue, oh, and the sleep will be healing. Poliwrath heals the sleep off of Dusk Noir. Let's see what moves it gets now. In order for it to last longer though, it needs some kind of healing move. Honestly, Rest would probably be the ideal one because Synthesis or Soft-Boiled would only heal about half its health and it needs a lot of health back. The Glare coming into Paralyzed Slurpuff is actually going to make the Bolt Strikers switch here. I honestly think this is the right move because in this league, differential matters. How many Pokemon you have left after a battle is over matters a lot. So when a Pokemon gets lower on its HP, it is the best call to switch it out, and it seems that is why they chose to switch out Slurpuff here into Poltegeist. I think the reason for the Poltegeist coming in is to activate Cursed Body. And since Dusk Noir and Poliwrath have no other teammates still standing, they cannot switch out. That means that if they get disabled by Cursed Body, they will have to deal with it and have to take struggle damage. It seems the Bolt Striker's trying to finish this out here. You saw on screen, oh, Fly! All right. That should be doing some good damage to either of the Pokemon that it lands on. Oh, and Dusk Noir gets the rest! The Thanatos gets the rest! It's back up to full! What an incredibly clutch heal! Just in the nick of time. Wow, are the Intimidation gonna be able to come back from this? I thought it was a clear and dominant victory for the Bolt Strikers, but the fact that Dusk Noir is still standing and mostly healthy, that is fantastic. Ooh, harshly lowered special defense onto Dusk Noir. That is going to severely limit its survivability. Chopper gets the Fly, lands on Poltegeist, big damage there, and Cursed Body activates, but it disables Fly. It doesn't disable Metronome because Fly was the only move that happened that turn. Wow, that was very fortunate for Poliwrath over there. Good chunk of damage on to Dusk Noir from Poltegeist with that very good special attack stat. But Dusk Noir is once again asleep. But it's alive. Wouldn't have been alive otherwise. Ooh, Shadow Bone. Is that landing on Dusk Noir? Another super effective hit. Good chunk of damage there, especially considering Mr. Mime's subpar physical attack stat. Poliwrath comes in, Volt Switch. Let's see how much this does. Poltegeist takes that quite well. It does have excellent special defense. Metal Burst. Ooh, this is like Counter or Mirror Coat, except less damage back, but it works for physical or special moves. So it gets to answer back that damage that it took from Volt Switch. Ooh, the Bolt Strikers are electing to switch out. Interesting. Seems the Cursed Body was something they valued, but Poltegeist has already gotten down to low HP, not able to disable anything except Poliwrath's Fly. So in comes Disco the Ludicolo, actually the son of Tango the Ludicolo from the MBF Season 2. Very little damage from Leech Life from Tinker the Mr. Mime. But can we talk about Tinker? A lot of battle has gone by, and it is still at full HP. Taken very little damage. Ooh, a stab water move. Ooh, but onto Ludicolo, who 4 times resists it. Not very much damage there. Thanatos is awake once again, so its 2 turns of sleep were definitely worth it. Electro Ball. Ooh, a slow Pokemon is not a good one to use Electro Ball. Does some damage, but not the damage that the Intimidation need. Thanatos and Chopper are only about 1/3 health. They need some healing or they need some big hits, or else this battle will be over soon. Splash does nothing, as Splash tends to do. What's Chopper going to do? Beat up. Ooh, okay, 2 hits here. Not very much damage. I was expecting that to do more than it did due to Dusknoir's high attack stat, but Tango took that well. Shadow Ball. Ooh, is this another super effective ghost move? No, it targets Poliwrath. Will it KO? No, Chopper holds on. Magnet Rise. Thanatos making itself immune to ground type moves. We'll see if that comes in handy. And Fly is no longer disabled for Poliwrath, but I would be very surprised if Fly happens for it once again. But we've seen crazier coincidences in Metronome before. Tinker moves first again. Drill Peck, physical move. Will it land on the super effective Poliwrath? No, lands on Thanatos, who takes it reasonably well, but is now back to red HP. Dragon Darts. Oh, that'll be him. Oh, that's right. Since Mr. Mime is immune to Dragon Darts, both hits go on Ludicolo. The second one a crit. Wow, that was massive damage. The Intimidation really needed that. Skill swap. Interesting. So Rain Dish will be exchanged for Water Absorb. Now it's possible that Ludicolo might be getting some of that health back if it's targeted by a water move. A physical move from Dusknoir. Will this KO Ludicolo? Yes, it will. The Intimidation finally get a KO on the Bolt Strikers. Bolt Strikers still have 3 Pokemon left, but Poltegeist and Slurpuff are not the healthiest, but both are healthier than the only 2 Pokemon left on the Intimidation side, Thanatos and Chopper. Tinker the Mr. Mime, still around, still in green HP, moving first, getting superpower. It doesn't target the Dusknoir, and it KOs Poliwrath. The Intimidation have 1 Pokemon left. Wow, Tinker the Mr. Mime with an incredible performance today. Even if it goes down before the end of this battle, 2 KOs, staying healthy the entire time. Wow. Mach Punch from Poltegeist onto Dusknoir. Of course, does nothing. What will Dusknoir be attacking with back? Leafage. Ooh, this is Technician boosted, I believe. And Poltegeist holds on. All right. Will Tinker be able to bring this match home as the absolute MVP? Shadow Claw, it's super effective. This should end it. Oh, but it doesn't. Dusknoir holds on! Wow, the bulk and survivability of Dusknoir is incredible. The Magnet Rise actually did something! It was immune to the Mud Slap. Dusknoir uses Lick. That's gonna be super effective on either Pokemon, and it finishes off Poltegeist. Wow, Cursed Body. I think that's the match, folks. Even if Dusknoir survives this next turn, and neither Mr. Mime nor Slurpuff KO it, Struggle Recoil will end the match, and there's no possible way for Dusknoir to KO both of these Pokemon. I think the only way the Intimidation could win now is if one of the Bolt Strikers Pokemon explodes. Icicle Crash. Oh, and it misses. And there's the struggle. This will end it. Slurpuff holds on, and that will be the match. A victory in favor of the Bolt Strikers, 2-0. Wow, what an incredible performance by Tinker the Mr. Mime. I am extremely impressed. Our next match for the day is the Dragon Knights versus the Leaf Guardians. I am extremely intrigued to see how this match will play out, especially since a brother is battling a sister. Out comes the Leaf Guardians' first 2 Pokemon, Jazz Hands the Rampaging, and Dexter the male Indeedee. Dexter is the brother of Dee Dee, the female Indeedee, on the Dragon Knights. So the brother will be up against the sister in today's match, and I'm very excited to see how that plays out. Gex the Inteleon is the fastest and moves first. Gastro Acid coming out and suppressing Dexter's ability. So no synchronizing will happen unless Dexter leaves the battle and comes back. A Brave Bird from Dexter. Physical move. Up against the frail Mr. Prime. Big damage right there. Wow, excellent move from Dexter. Mr. Prime is actually the child of Mr. Time, the MBF champion, Galarian Mr. Mime. The sunlight is now up, and Inteleon certainly won't appreciate that. If it does get any water moves, they will be severely nerfed. But we'll see if it decides to stick around or switch out or not. Hyper Voice, ooh! Solid chunk of damage from Dusclops, or should I say Jazz Hands the Rampaging. We must give him the proper respect. And Mr. Prime is already almost down. Seems the Dragon Knights are thinking about their decision, which is fair. Strategy is important to think about. And Mr. Prime already withdrawing, as tends to happen with low HP Pokemon. And in comes Didi. Didi versus Dexter. Will she get out of his laboratory, or will she stay? Super Fang coming from Gex, having the remaining HP of Dexter. Big damage there. Dexter comes out and rests, immediately healing back up to full. Dexter intends to stick around today. Back to full it is. 2 turns of sleep incoming unless aromatherapy or heal bell happens. And Smog, will it land? And it does land. Poisoning Inteleon, putting a timer on it unless it can heal the poison. Poison and burn are devastating status conditions in Metronome because the reliable, consistent damage will stack up. Gex now has a time limit unless it can heal itself somehow. Oh, and it answers with its own poison move. On to Jazz Hands the Rampaging, and it poisons it back. Wow, a poison for a poison. Dexter continues sleeping. What will Didi do? Will Didi have a chance to get a hit in on her brother? Laser Focus, guaranteeing that her next attack will be a crit. Maybe she's prepping for a massive bit of damage against her brother. Sibling rivalry might be intense. Strength Sap coming on to Inteleon will lower its attack and heal Dusclops by a good amount. Oh, as much as it could possibly heal, it was mostly healthy still. All right, this turn I anticipate Gex will switch out. Poisoned, low HP, want to try and preserve differential when you can, so Gex will likely switch out. But not just differential. If a battle goes to timer, the winner is decided by how many Pokemon are left standing. So, therefore, it's in a battler's best interest to keep as many of their Pokemon standing as possible for the longest, both for timer wins and for differential. So in comes the remaining healthy Pokemon on the Dragon Knight side, sprinkles the Togekiss. Didi gets another move, and it's X-Scissor. Will it land it on its brother? Crit super effective? No! It targets the wrong Pokemon, doing very little damage, resisted hit. If she had landed that on Dexter, it would have absolutely KO'd. It's possible that she feels bad about attacking her brother. Maybe she hesitated at the last second and targeted Jazz Hands the Rampaging instead. Meanwhile, Jazz Hands did land a Screech onto Togekiss, dramatically dropping its defense, but Togekiss cannot get rid of that drop because it is against the switch rules to switch a Pokemon 2 turns in a row, and Togekiss just came in. Tickle! Dexter is awake and immediately starts tickling his sister. You two, this is not childhood tickle fights, this is battle! Seems they both are hesitant to attack their own sibling. The coaches of these teams might be having talks with them, with Dexter and Didi after the Solar Blade. Togekiss gets Solar Blade under the sun. This will attack immediately, not a 2-turn move. Looks like it's gonna hit Dexter. Massive damage to Dexter. Wow, full health down to under half in one hit. What a big move by Sprinkles the Togekiss. Thundershock, super effective. A decent chunk of damage there. Ah, it was a crit. Dusclops does have poor special attack, but the super effectiveness and the crit made that a lot bigger damage there. Poison wearing on Jazz Hands the Rampaging though. Didi and Dexter need to get over their affection for their siblings. I'm not saying permanently, just for the duration of this battle,
because failing to attack each other is causing them serious problems. Avalanche, super effective on Sprinkles, but it survives! Wow. So close to being a KO there for Dexter. Defense curl. Once again, Dee Dee can't seem to attack her own brother. They're both targeting the other Pokemon or simply not attacking at all. Razor Leaf, this will hit both of the enemy Pokemon, doing more to Dexter than to the very bulky Jazz Hands the Rampaging. Electric Terrain coming out. All right, so no Pokemon will be falling asleep. No Pokemon that are on the ground, that is. Togekiss is not impacted by this terrain. So we shall see if maybe any rests fail, because both Dexter and Jazz Hands the Rampaging could use a rest right about now. Sprinkles could also use the rest, and it would actually be able to do it. After all, Electric Terrain does prevent sleep, but only for Pokemon that are on the ground, and Sprinkles is, of course, clearly not on the ground. Jazz Hands comes out, back into the back, and out comes Snacks the Munchlax. Snackanold Jr. is his full name, but he likes to go by Snacks. The Blast Burn misses. Dee Dee gets Reversal. This will not do very much damage due to its HP being high. Finally gets a hit on Dexter, but it was not a very strong hit. Like I said, its HP was high. Imprison. The Dragon Knights might have just won. If you don't know, Imprison seals all moves that the enemy side shares with it. In Metronome, it's devastating, because now the opposing Pokemon cannot use Metronome, forcing them to struggle. Dexter gets a struggle hit in on his sister before the recoil takes him down. The sibling matchup goes in favor of Dee Dee. Vital Throw, super effective move on Munchlax here. Very solid chunk of damage. Snacks certainly did not appreciate that. What will Togekiss do now? Baton Pass! Togekiss Baton passes the Imprison! It's over! Wow! The Dragon Knights just threw away their virtually guaranteed victory. I cannot believe that. Oh my goodness. The Imprison is just gone. Oh, Snacks still has to struggle this turn. And the struggle kills Gex! I'd argue it was a benefit that it still was forced to struggle. Wow! What a terrible turn for the Dragon Knights. The Imprison was there, and they threw it away with a Baton Pass and then immediately lose Inteleon. Jazz Hands the Rampaging comes back in. Wow, what a crazy turn of events that turn was. Dee Dee's still mostly healthy, but the other Pokemon on the field right now, not too far from falling. Fairy Wind from Mr. Prime. I believe that gets Jazz Hands the Rampaging in range of poison damage, KOing it. Baby Doll Eyes, this will drop the attack of one of the enemy Pokemon. Drops the attack of Dusclops, which is certainly something that the Leaf Guardians are happy about, because Dusclops is probably going to faint this turn anyways. Sand Attack, and Mr. Prime's accuracy is dropped. Accuracy is the bane of every Pokemon player's existence. The Dragon Knights definitely don't like to see that. Aqua Ring! Wow! Aqua Ring is an incredible move to get in these Metronome battles, because of all the turns that pass, Pokemon can last for a long time if they get Aqua Ring. As I anticipated, Poison takes out Jazz Hands the Rampaging, but now interestingly is the final Pokemon coming in from the Leaf Guardians, Gengar. Gengar has Cursed Body and is very fast, and has a lot of potential to do big damage if it can get attacks. It moves first, as expected. Magic Powder, not an attack. This is effectively removing Mr. Mime's ice typing. Will-O-Wisp, something's getting burned, and it's Munchlax. That cancels out the Aqua Ring. Wow. incredibly good things happening being immediately canceled out. Shadow Claw. Oh, that's a super effective hit. Ooh, a good chunk of damage onto Gengar. Will Cursed Body activate? No, it will not. Next comes Snacks and Ice Beam. Onto Didi, who takes that quite well. Munchlax is not known for its special attack stat. Aqua Ring heals it. Burn cancels out the healing. So effectively, the only net impact of the burn is the drop to its attack stat. All right, Gengar moves first. Will it get an attack? Sweet Kiss. It will confuse something, confusing Mr. Prime, the Mr. Mime. Pokemon are required to have max attack EVs in this league, so... Ooh. Confusion damage does a lot more than it would otherwise. Wow. Dragon Pulse. Ooh, that's good special damage. Will Munchlax survive? It does. Munchlax is a lot bulkier than it appears to be. Gust on Didi. Ooh. Oh, a crit though. I bet the Leaf Guardians were hoping that had targeted Mr. Mime because it would have KO'd, but nope, went for the wrong Pokemon. This is an interesting match because the Dragonites have more Pokemon standing, but 2 of them are inches from fainting, so this match is more even than it might appear. Smog misses. Ooh, that's deeply unfortunate for the Leaf Guardians. That would have done that would have been extremely helpful. Speed Swap. Oh, well, this is interesting. Munchlax has terrible speed, so now Munchlax is the second fastest Pokemon on the field behind Gengar. Roll out. This is a fantastic move in Metronome. It's reliable, consistent damage each turn as long as it doesn't miss. Even though its attack is dropped due to the burn, this is excellent for the Leaf Guardians. Munchlax getting the KO on Mr. Mime. In comes, I believe, Sprinkles the Togekiss. Should be the last Pokemon that the Dragon Knights are able to send in. Yes, that is indeed correct. Another Pokemon that will probably faint to any attack that hits it. But it is a reasonably fast Pokemon. But is Munchlax faster due to the speed swap? Gengar has the chance to end Togekiss here. Revenge, fighting type move. Does not target Togekiss, but does a lot of damage onto Indeedee due to it being a neutral hit. Munchlax gets the rollout KO. 2 consecutive KOs for Snacks the Munchlax. Wow, the baby Pokemon is doing amazing. Another Dragon Pulse from Didi. On to Gengar. Oh, big damage. Cursed Body. That just ended it. Another Cursed Body activation right at the end. Once again, I think the only way that the Dragon Knights could win this is if Gengar explodes. Even then, I'm not even sure how the KO ordering would work. What is Smiley gonna do? Bulk Up. Okay, it just boosts itself. Effectively doing nothing for this turn because this battle is probably ending this turn. Roll out. Oh, it doesn't end it, it misses. Oh, but the struggle recoil will finish this off. Gengar survives the struggle, the recoil KOs Didi, and the Leaf Guardians take the win, 2 Pokemon to 0. Wow, what a thrilling match. So back and forth, I loved it. Our next match is the Mist Mavens up against the Entry Hazards. This is sure to be a thrilling match. Time to see who the teams will be leading with, as our referee on the Entry Hazards side sends out Abdonis and Mr. Dime for the Entry Hazards. Now it comes Hellion Spawn and Chad, short for Chadabra, on the side of the Mist Mavens. This is an interesting matchup because Mr. Dime and Hellion Spawn are the children of the 2 MBF Season 2 champions, Mr. Time and Hellion. Hellion Spawn leads off with a Magical Leaf right into Mr. Dime, doing a decent chunk of damage. And then Chad gets off a tackle, shouldn't do very much damage. It does have poor physical attack. Oh, it was a crit. Did more than I was expecting. Mr. Diamond Adonis will get to move next, thanks to Prankster and its high. Oh, another magical leaf. Interesting. Was not expecting to see two of the same move in the same turn. Finally is Abdonis, and it uses Guard Swap, which does change the changes. It swaps the changes to defense and special defense. Since no changes had been made so far, that will not do anything. The Mist Mavens do have a bit of an advantage in this matchup because thanks to Hellion Spawn's Prankster and Chad's very high speed, they are going to get to move first in basically every situation in this matchup. A flatter coming out from Hellion Spawn, boosting the special attack of the Machoke, but confusing it in the process. Chad lands Disable. Ooh, that's going to force a switch because now Mr. Dime cannot use Metronome this turn, and of course, it can't do anything now and has to switch in order to not just be harming itself with struggle. And a Swallow, despite not stockpiling anything, I think we're going to see a double switch on the side of the entry hazards this turn, since Mr. Dime is disabled and Abdonis is confused. We'll wait for them to input their moves here as I take a necessary drink of water. Very refreshing. Out comes Mr. Dime, and in comes Snackinold, the father of Snacks, a member of the Leaf Guardians. Snacks' name is Snackinold Jr., but prefers to go by Snacks. And the double switch is complete. In comes the Alcremie. Hornleech, to a physical move. This should do a good chunk of damage. Less than I actually expected, but it should heal Hellion Spawn back up to full. Oh, just shy of full. Pretty good move there by Hellion Spawn. Next is Chad. Water Shuriken, a special move. Ooh, but Snorlax's good special defense tanks that very well, and only 2 hits. All right, let's see what Hellion Spawn is able to come up with next. Ice Fang, another physical move. Onto Alcremie, who will take it worse. Good chunk of damage there, no freeze. I'm sure Alcremie appreciates that. Play nice. Ah, tricking the Alcremie into thinking that they're having fun, when in reality, Chad has dropped Barry's attack. I think Barry is probably fine with that, though. Its physical attack is not its most important stats. A no retreat! Barry is in it to win it, and is not going anywhere until it goes down. The war cry of a puff of cream is unrivaled in its intimidation. Or should I say in its entry hazards, because that is the team that just did that, not the intimidation. The Endeavor from Snackinold did not do very much, since it's a mostly healthy Pokemon right now. Swift should do a bit of damage to both. I wouldn't expect very much. A bit on each. Looks like about the same on each. Chad moves once again. Extreme Speed. Physical move. Probably won't do that much. Ah, did more than I expected. Seems the difference between Snorlax's special defense and physical defense is an Incinerate. Ooh, that was big damage, especially on Chad, and it burned up their Lepa Berries, which means they will not be sticking around for as long as they would like. That was a big deal. These are the 2 fastest Pokemon on the Mist Maven's side, thanks to Prankster and the speed of Kadabra. But now, when they run out of Metronomes, they're not getting any more. Great move by Barry the Alcremie there. Night Days. Ooh, a stab move. But it hits Alcremie, who resists the hit. Would have done a lot more up against the Snorlax. But dropped the accuracy. And since Barry no retreated, it cannot switch out. That is a big deal. Fire Fang, another physical move from Kadabra. No burn. That's right, but Misty Terrain is now active. It could not have burned anyways. Fake Tears. Ooh, I think we might see a switch. I anticipate a switch for Grimmsnarl. Harshly lowered special defense is a very bad thing. Explosion! Oh my god, Snackle with a stab explosion! Will this kill every Pokemon on the field? It will! Oh my god! And just like that, in one move, half of the Pokemon competing in this battle are down. What a stunning turn of events! The rest of this battle will be decided by Hopper the Politoed and Bermuda the Blissey up against Mr. Dime the Mr. Rhyme and Abdonis the Machoke. I can't believe that! Wow! No switching, just mashing Metronome and seeing who comes out on top. Politoed and Bermuda, the Mr. Mavens, have a bit of an advantage due to Mr. Rhyme not being completely healthy. With a Confuse Ray fails due to the Misty Terrain. There's no floating Pokemon in this matchup right now, so the Misty Terrain does impact all Pokemon. Cross Poison? Not a crit. I don't actually recall if Cross Poison can poison or if it's just the high crit rate. Laser Focus! Bermuda's next attack will be a critical hit. Let's hope, or I'm sure the Mist Mavens are hoping, that it's a special attack. Because a crit physical attack from a Blissey still wouldn't do very much. Physical move on to, would have done a lot more onto Bermuda, but Hopper takes the hit for Bermuda. Much better at handling physical moves than Blissey, due to Blissey's very poor defense stat. Although Blissey's HP is far superior, so maybe it evens out. High horsepower, physical move, onto Hopper again. Good chunk of damage there, and Hopper is now down to half health. Lock on, Hopper's next move is a guaranteed hit if it's actually an attack. All right, this move will be a critical hit from Bermuda. Endeavor, that wasted the critical hit opportunity as Endeavor cannot crit, and also it has more HP and therefore didn't do anything. Physical move onto Bermuda, had not previously taken damage. If it had in that turn, it would have done double the damage, which I'm certain the Mist Mavens are very glad that Bermuda did not get hit that turn. Nasty Plot, Mr. Dime setting up. Double the special attacking power now. This is dangerous for the Mist Mavens. Hopper gets Outrage. Outrage's targeting is random, so the lock-on did not apply here. But this is actually quite good for the Mist Mavens because now it's extrasensory. Is it on the Machoke? It's on the Machoke! Massive damage, but it holds on! Wow, an excellent turn for the Mist Mavens. How will the entry hazards answer? Fell Stinger, physical move on Bermuda, will it survive? Oh, it will, took that quite well. Mist disappears, status conditions are possible now. Hopper will continue to Outrage, which I'm sure the Mist Mavens are thrilled about. It's reliable, consistent damage, much like Rollout. But if this is a big special move, Ember. Okay, this will do double damage as it would otherwise. But it goes on to Blissey, but Hopper would have resisted it as well. Outrage, and, Mr. Dime barely survives! It might have a chance to attack. Prismatic Laser! Well, something, and okay, yep, there goes Mr. Dime. Not very effective, but not gonna matter because it was almost unconscious. How is Abdonis gonna do? Parabolic Charge, it will get some HP back. Super effective on Hopper. Wasn't able to KO either of them though. How much will this heal? Abdonis is back into yellow HP. Now, Blissey does have to recharge this turn. I believe Hopper will still be outraging. If outrage is enough to KO Machoke, it's over. It is! The Mr. Mavens get the win! Wow, what a thrilling match that was! With all Pokemon on the field fainting at once, and then just a no-switch Metronome slugfest. Congratulations to the Mist Mavens on an excellent victory there. And now it's time for the final match of the day, the Hive Mind versus the Shadow Storm. Here's our referee, Michael, sending out the leading Pokemon for the Shadow Storm, Buster the Miltank and Armando the Machamp. And out comes Adventure the Sableye and Gold the Hitmonchan from the Hive Mind. Now, Adventure here, being a ghost type, is immune to the stab attacks of both Machamp and Miltank, but not truly because Miltank has Scrappy and can hit ghost types with normal and fighting moves. The first turn move was Sableye using Recycle, which didn't work because it still has its berry, but now Miltank has used Attract onto Gold the Hitmonchan, a move that we actually seen Miltank use relatively regularly. Gold is able to break through the Attract though, and uses Fairy Lock, which does not crash the game anymore. They fixed that, thank God, and now the effect of it actually will take place. Next turn, no Pokemon will be able to switch out, so, I was going to say all 4 Pokemon would be stuck here, but a Whirlwind from Machamp forces Sableye out. So now Chanel the Aromatisse will be one of the 2 Pokemon on the Hive Mind side, stuck here in the battle this next turn. Seems the Hive Mind forgot how Fairy Lock works. It happens, we forgive them. But now Gold will have to try and fight through another turn of Infatuation, unable to switch to get rid of the Attract effects. Buster now moves first, but Synthesis not able to do anything because it already has full HP. Gold breaks through the Infatuation once again using Acid Spray. Not very much damage at all. Hitmonchan does have poor special attack. Ooh, but the secondary effect partially dropping the special defense of Machamp. I anticipate we will see a switch from both fighting types next turn. Scratch does a good chunk of damage from Machamp, physical move after all. And Aromatisse uses Soft Boiled, 2 failed healing moves in the same turn. Interesting. All right, so we can see that Luna the Clefable will be coming in for Gold to get rid of the Infatuation. Let's see what the Shadow Storm intend to do. As I said, I expect Armando will be switching out harshly dropped special defense. Very, very dangerous. In comes Luna, the Clefable. And out comes Armando, as anticipated. And in comes Purina the Chansey. Wow, what an incredibly pink battlefield we now have. A Future Sight from Buster the Miltank targeting the Aromatisse spot. We'll see an attack there in a few turns, but Chanel should take that attack pretty well. And the physical Fire Punch move onto Miltank does a bit of damage. This Miltank does not have Thick Fat, it has Scrappy. So Thick Fat would have made that do less damage, but Scrappy is the better ability for Metronome in the long run due to the prevalence of ghost types. Thunder Wave! And our first status condition of this battle will be on Chanel the Aromatisse. But the Hive Mind are hoping some aromatherapy or heal belling could occur, but I guess might also be thankful that it's paralysis and not something like a burn or poison, which will make a Pokemon faint much sooner. The Aqua Jet onto Miltank does not do very much, and Purina the Chansey uses Lock On. If it gets an attack the next turn, it won't miss. If it's one that targets Clefable. Poison Fang. Miltank takes that very well. No poison secondary effect. In comes Sableye. I guess they don't want to deal with the paralysis. And there's eventually the Sableye returning to the battlefield after a brief absence caused by Whirlwind. Miltank uses Speed Swap. Well, Clefable just got a lot faster and Miltank just got a lot slower. Shadow Claw, but on both normal type Pokemon, it's not able to do anything. Glaciate, this I believe hits both enemy Pokemon. It does, doing a bit more damage onto Adventure. Dropping, I believe, their speed. Yes, indeed, Glaciate is essentially... Future Sight! I had forgotten about Future Sight! What a strategic switch by the Hive Mind, bringing in their Dark type to be completely immune to the Future Sight hit. Good strategy over there. Floral Healing, but it doesn't work. Not actually really sure how that move works. Clefable boosting its physical attack. It's good, it's special attack. Oh, that's right, I forgot Howl boosts the physical attack of both. Just like Growl drops the physical attack of both. Interesting. Magical Leaf, Luna takes that pretty well. This battle is starting a lot slower than our previous matches. Ooh, Adventure's probably grateful it avoided that. Well, actually, that Gunk Shot is a physical move. Would not have done very much from a Chansey. Roleplay, oh! This is not a good turn for Sableye. Sableye loses Prankster, its priority-causing ability, and instead gets Scrappy. Infestation onto Curina, that is excellent for the Hive Mind. Reliable damage is always important in Metronome. Octazooka. A lot of special moves from Miltank. I bet they're hoping that they could get some physical moves. Ooh, but the accuracy drop. The accuracy can be devastating. Sandstorm, oh, this battle's going to go on for a while. With every Pokemon on the field having to take damage at the end of the turn one by one, really adds to the length of the battle. But while this is happening, I anticipate next turn, we might see a double switch for the Hive Mind. Because Adventure needs Prankster back. Scrappy is useless for it because the Shadow Storm don't have any ghost types. And with the accuracy drop, yes, it looks like that is what's occurring. The Hive Mind are double switching to get Prankster and their stats back. They did both have a boosted attack, but the accuracy drop and loss of Prankster were more important. Buster the Miltank gets to move again. Bone Meringue, finally a physical move. Ooh, that much for one hit. Oh, only 2 hits though. Wow, that would have been much more devastating if it got more than 2. Focus Blast, ooh, a special move on Hitmonchan, who does not resist the hit. Has good special defense, Hitmonchan, so it took that reasonably well. But the Sandstorm gets it into yellow HP. Another one into yellow HP. This turn is the first time in this battle, I believe, that any Pokemon have gotten into yellow HP range. It's amusing. On the first battle, there were 2 Pokemon fainted after the end of the second turn. Ooh, big damage from Knockoff, getting rid of the Lepa Berry. Buster now has a time limit. Ooh, a stab, normal move. Physical. Ooh, but Gold holds on. Sandstorm could end it this turn though. Disable. Oh, it fails. It targeted Chanel, and Chanel had not used Metronome yet this turn. Another ghost move. Will Sandstorm KO? No, Gold holds on. Gold holds on. I think we're going to see a switch here. After all, Gold will feint to Sandstorm this turn. Most certainly, it did 7 HP damage last time. And just a reminder, due to the fact that timer battles matters how many Pokemon you have left standing, and also this league cares about how many Pokemon you have left standing when the battle is over, if a Pokemon is about to faint and you can switch it out, you switch it out. So Gold is exiting the battlefield, Luna is coming back in, and Buster's coming out too, another red HP Pokemon getting switched out. This is actually, I think, a good call for the Hive Mind. Something that just occurred to me is that since Clefable has Magic Guard, it should not take damage from Sandstorm. It's now very slow though. Oh, attack, excuse me, I thought Feather Dance affected speed. My apologies. Now we wait for the Sandstorm damage to make its way around the field. Only 3 of them this time, yes. Luna did not take Sandstorm damage. Magic Guard is an excellent ability in Metronome. Rain Dance! Ah! The Sandstorm ending before it was going to. Wonder if we'll see any water moves or fire moves impacted by this rain now. Poison powder, but it fails. I must have targeted Aromatisse, who already has a status condition. Glare, frosting the Togetic, lands Glare on Luna the Clefable. Now both of the Hive Mind's Pokemon are paralyzed. They are certainly not pleased with this. Steel Roller, that's one of the new Isle of Armor moves, I believe, and I believe it only works if there's a terrain active. That's my understanding, I think. Purina gets Milk Drink. Purina heals back up. The difficult to KO bulky Chansey is now completely healthy again. The Shadow Storm must be thrilled. Rock Wrecker. This is an unusual move to see a Togetic use. Ooh. Big chunk of damage on Chanel. Luna's paralyzed. Chanel is paralyzed. Ooh, what a very unfortunate turn for the Hive Mind here. Chansey healed. Togetic got big damage, and then both of the Hive Mind's Pokemon were paralyzed. Low HP Chanel is being switched out, and in comes Adventure, who has remained mostly healthy this battle. Now with Prankster back, Purina gets Sludge onto Adventure, who does resist it. Does it poison? It does not. Frosting had to recharge that turn due to Rock Wrecker. Luna does get to move this turn. Trop Kick, a grass physical move, but it targets the flying type. Frosting resists it very well. Frosting is actually the younger sibling of Sprinkles the Togekiss, the first round pick for the Dragon Knights. Adventure moving first once again. Mega Drain will get some HP back. Oh, but the grass move on the flying type again. To be fair though, Chansey's excellent special defense would have probably done a similar amount onto Chansey. Excuse me, not its excellent special defense. Oh, Hydro Cannon! Oh my gosh! In the rain, boosted! Huge damage to Luna there. I'm honestly surprised that didn't just KO outright. Flower Shield fails. I believe Flower Shield only works on grass type Pokemon. I should have done a bit more research, but it's hard to research every move in the game. Baton Pass. Ooh, Adventure switching out. Hive Mind aren't too happy about this. The remaining two Pokemon they have are almost KO'd. I think we might see a Pokemon faint this turn. While Chansey will have to recharge, Togetic does not. If Togetic targets Chanel, Chanel might be fainting this turn. What will Frosting do? Assurance, a dark move resisted by both. And Luna takes it very well, actually. Fire Blast, ooh, the Hive Mind are sad about that. The Shadow Storm get a water move in the rain, and the Hive Mind get a fire move in the rain. This battle is very much in favor of the Shadow Storm right now. The Shadow Storm have 3 Pokemon in green HP. Boom Burst, a stab move. This hits everyone on the field. Big damage to everyone, and it's enough to KO both of the Hive Mind's Pokemon. What an excellent move by the Shadow Storm. And Frosting got Fusion Bolt. My God, the Shadow Storm are dominating. Especially Purina the Chansey. Hydro Cannon, Boom Burst, the Milk Drink after getting down to half health. My goodness, Purina has been incredible in this matchup. I don't think there's much time left for the Hive Mind, folks. Unless Hitmonchan gets a big healing move. Psybeam onto Purina does not confuse. Gold does get to move before being KO'd. And it's Happy Hour, which doesn't do anything. Purina, Parabolic Charge. This hit another everyone hit move. Gold is down. Frosting holds on. Purina will just get back to full now. My gosh, this Chansey will not fall. Purina the Chansey has KO'd 3 of the Hive Mind's Pokemon. The Psybeam does nothing to a Venture, but it's all the Hive Mind have left. The Shadow Storm haven't lost a single Pokemon. And the Shadow Storm switch out Frosting into the mostly healthy Armando in order to preserve differential. Liquidation, physical move onto Machamp, but it was actually more than I was expecting. Adventure is holding on, survived another turn, but I don't expect it will last for much longer. Just a reminder, to keep their differential score up, that is why Frosting the Togetic was switched out by the Shadow Storm. Smog misses. Deeply unfortunate for the Hive Mind. Can't get a break. Physical neutral move, this might just KO. Nope, Adventure holds on. Just dropping Adventure stats. Drawing the end of this battle out, aren't they? Adventure gets probably one more move this turn. It needs to heal. And it's a move that literally cannot KO. Armando, will Armando finish it? Blizzard, this should end it. 3 minutes until the battle ends. And the Shadow Storm take down the Hive Mind without a single Pokemon fainting. The Shadow Storm are now in first place because they won with a +4 differential. Incredible performance by the Shadow Storm.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these battles. The next battle will be up a week from today, assuming nothing goes wrong. And don't forget to pick up a shirt for your favorite team using the link in the description below. All right, that's all I have for now. So until next time, fans, gotta catch them all.